Yeah, yeah. Grand rising, y'all. What's the dealio? Let me see. Mm, mm, mm. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Hope everybody had a great evening. A lot of y'all went out to vote. I heard a lot of issues with that. People having to go out, long lines, all that type of thing. Yeah, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. I think Nick Cannon is funny, yo. I really do. I think he is funny. Do 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 do. And how come? Oh, let me move myself back down to the bottom since I ain't gaming. Do 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 do. Also, I was on Call of Duty. Y'all didn't see me. I was on Call of Duty last night. I'm making me a gaming page, y'all. I still got it. I still got it. I still can bust my gun on the game. Yes. I have fun, man. Oh, let me change that. Let me change this real quick, y'all. For some reason, yesterday it wasn't putting my lives on there. Look, my thing fell off my microphone and the puppy ate it. I'm like, I'm sick of him. What can you do? What can you do? But love on him. Well, I gotta fix all kind of stuff. Alright, gotta do it. What's up with y'all though, man? Y'all done woke up again today. Y'all is awake. You winning. Let's see, I'm gonna have to stop going live on Man, what's up, Regina? Grand Rising, y'all. Grand Rising. Thank y'all for sliding through. Man, you know one thing I really hate? I just got out the shower and it is cold outside. I don't know how y'all do it on the East Coast. I really don't. When I was in Pittsburgh in March, I was thinking the same thing. The same doggone thing. Let me see, y'all. Hold on. Let me find some of this news. We're gonna start off with something good. We're gonna start out with something good. Where's it at? Not they took it off. I swear I was out. Here we go. I was like, I swear I was just watching this. You got Westmore has become the first he makes history. Anytime you make history and you a brother, I'm gonna put you on here. If it's the good kind of history. He became the first black man to become Maryland's first governor. And I know Dopest Melanin is loving that. She one of the people that I was talking about voting. It wasn't. It was pretty hard. A lot of people spoke on uh, the voting. I think Tyrese even said something on. I saw it on the shape. Matter of fact, here it is right here. Let's see what he said.
Together out here in Georgia to vote. The first thing that they got, because Jeezy got there before me, right? First thing they did was they said, you can't vote because of the address on your ID. Now keep in mind, Jeezy has used this same ID with the same address for the last 3 times that he went to vote. Jeezy was pissed, but we stayed calm because we understood that it was all happening in real time. I got there. First thing they told me, 4 people rushed me and said, you gotta go outside, you gotta go outside, because I was wearing the sweater that says Stacey Abrams on it. And they told me I can't vote because I had on this sweater, which was weird. So me and Jeezy went together out here in Georgia to vote.
Y'all know that's one of my biggest problems. Not unmuting the mic. Gina, what's good, love? It's been a long time. I gotta repeat what I just. It's been a long time. It's good to see you in here, though, love. It was hard in Detroit. Well, yeah, I could see that. I could see how Detroit's infrastructure. They still, you know what I was saying too. Um, I bet that um staffing. I don't know how staffing is with these these voter poll stations. I don't know how the staffing is. If they overstaffed, overworked, but I know in Maryland there were long lines. Um, it really discouraged people, especially if you just got off of work, working an 8 to 10 hour day. Then you gotta go vote, stand in line. You already irritated, so I could see that being a problem. Let me briefly talk about this too, cause I saw this on the shade room this morning. As I was looking through things. Um, I don't know if y'all know the story of Piper Lewis. Piper Lewis was human trafficked. She was a victim of human trafficking out of Iowa, and she, from all accounts, took the life of her assaulter and was placed on probation, which she had to serve at a facility. I don't know if they have absentee voting everywhere. I don't. She escaped from the residential corrections facility she was at a few days ago, and now she is back in custody. You got a lot of people on the internet. They're upset. Some people saying that her being locked up after going through this whole ordeal as a teen, she's not even grown. Her going through all these things as a teen is just as traumatic. I don't think so though. I just reading these comments. Some people say, "Oh, this is more traumatic than what she are." I don't think anything could be more traumatic than being essentially somebody's sex slave. I really don't. But um, she's back in custody. I mean, hopefully, she does what time. I'm sure they're gonna add some time. But how do you even go to? I mean, I guess the bigger question is how do you even get probation for somebody that did something so horrific to you? Like, that's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Make sure y'all subscribe to Dopest TV on YouTube. Help your brother get to this 100K. We are almost at 12K. So that's almost 1,000 subscriber jump in a little over 2 weeks. So we working our way up. I also have a gaming channel now that I'm putting together. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be posting the links to that in all my videos so y'all can follow me on there too. Follow me on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch right now as well. So shout out to people watching me on Twitch, Facebook, Trovo, and YouTube. And I think that's about it. It should have. Let me see what the chat say. Should have been self-defense though and thrown out. Yeah, I agree. I don't even see how that makes it into the courts. To be honest with you, that's a travesty in itself. You know, that's our judicial system though. It ain't always justice. Y'all know I've been following this story. Our girl Brittany Griner has been transferred to a Russian penal colony. Now, from what I understand, y'all, this penal colony is harsh. I don't know. I think it's the best way for me to describe it. It's harsh. They say the conditions there are deplorable. And it's where she headed. I believe she got 8 years left on this 9-year sentence. I don't know how it works. I know she's been locked up for a year, about 8-9 months, and she was sentenced to 9. So I don't know if you get time for credit for time served or what. You saw Tyrese mentioning Stacey Abrams.
The governor's mansion may have come up short. I'm pretty tall. I am here because this is a moment where despite every obstacle, we are still standing strong and standing tall and standing resolute and standing in our values. And we know Georgia deserves more. And whether we do it from the governor's mansion or from the streets, whether we do it from the Capitol or from our communities, we are going to fight for more for the state of Georgia. That is what we're here for. I may no.
Okay, Stacey. Okay, now she got me fired up. I'd have voted for you if I was down there. Okay, Brian Kemp, Republican candidate, was the winner in that election. And y'all remember I told y'all about this. Hold on, let me. Remember how we talked about Kid Rock being upset that Oprah endorsed John Fetterman for the Senate race in the state of Pennsylvania. That was a hell of a concession speech, wasn't it? It got me fired up. I don't know how she lost that. I don't know how she lost that, but this is the race that we talked about. I think was it on Monday? Oprah's candidate endorsee John Fetterman did beat the famed Dr. Oz in their Senate race. The pictures are hilarious. That's probably just how he looked yesterday when he lost too. Look at this brother right here though, man. This brother is super happy. Look at him. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do this. Hold on. This brother in the back. Look at that brother in the back, man. Hold on. Look at this dude. He is happy, yo. I promise he is. Oh, that's too funny, yo. That is too funny. Let me get his size back up right. He is geeked, ain't he? That's too funny. Hey, moment of inspiration. Instant inspiration. Come from Steve Harvey. I didn't get into comedy until I was 27. I was homeless from 30 to 33. I lived in a car for 3 years. Don't give up on your dreams. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Steve. That's what I'm talking about, Steve. I don't know if I was in my 30s in that situation, but yeah, I've been there, been there. Yeah, he said. Steve also said, people see me today. They don't know where I come from. I tell young cats all the time, the key is you can't ever give up. And it's crazy. I came across this morning as I'm scrolling through the internet. Um, I already had an idea. The Nick Cannon story, we going to get into that. I won't save that for last because that's going to be a lot of the conversation. I just want to catch up on some of these social events, these current events that's going on. But I was thinking that today I was going to talk about don't be scared to try stuff, man. You know what I mean? You know, everything I was successful at were things that people told me I couldn't do. Everything I've been successful at were things that people say, "Ah, man, I don't know what you're doing that for," or "Ah, man, you too little to play basketball," or you know. But everything I've done, I went all in. That's always the key to me. I was up all night playing Call of Duty. Like, swear. The only reason I didn't do the morning show yesterday is I know a lot of people had to go out and vote, kids out of school, and so I took that opportunity to take the day off. It's been a long time since I gamed, so I jumped on the game yesterday. I spent all day gaming, some time to myself, because this gig right here is 7 days a week. This gig is 7 days a week, especially when you're trying to jump into the YouTube stratosphere, and most of your fan base is coming from like a different type of streaming, and they haven't all gotten tuned to what you doing over here because it doesn't really come with too much clout for them. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna be honest. If I was on Live Me or Tagged or Bigo and we on there, you know, running up numbers and doing, yeah, everybody show up. But when it's to come support a brother for free, it get quiet, man. You start hearing crickets. I think it was one other story I wanted to talk to y'all about too that I saw on um oh, I don't know if y'all know about this brother Hush Puppy. He's one of the biggest, well, I can't say alleged because he's been sentenced to 11 years in prison. He is one of the biggest and most flamboyant scam artists in probably maybe the world's history. Ramon. I don't know if it's Ramon. Well, how many Nigerians y'all know named Ramon? I don't know. Ramon Abbas has been sentenced to 11 years in prison for money laundering scheme that saw him net hundreds of millions in what prosecutors call one of the most prolific money launderers in the world. He's 40 years old, so he'll be 50. If y'all haven't seen this dude Hush Puppy on the internet, he wild, Joe. He wild. Let's click on his name and see what come up. Hold on. Look, is this okay? He was living a life, boy. All these cars, jets. Let me see. This is him. This is him in his free days. Shout out to my viewers on Twitch. Who on Twitch? Holla at your boy. What's happening, dude? Man, I watched a documentary on him a few months ago, and he didn't mind letting people. It just seemed like you doing something illegal. It's like, come on, man, fly under the radar a little bit. Like, this ain't the brightest thing to be doing. He been locked up for about 2 years, so I don't know. Maybe we looking at around the year 2030. He'll be free. Give me free. Give me free. Man, y'all know what I watched last night? Look, sidebar. Is this ADD when I do stuff like this? I watched a document. I love watching documentaries. Let me say this first. Jeff Bezos. I know you ain't watching me, but Jeff Bezos. If you get a whiff of this clip, this world is so messed up, yo. Oh, I see you, little bro. HP. That's what you call him, HP. He was on. He was too flashy. Yeah, man. He was up. Man, look. And this gonna lead me into the Nick Cannon conversation for today. Jeff Bezos. Nobody's talking about him, right? He's the owner of Twitter. Amazon. Sorry. Elon Musk is the owner of Twitter, amongst others. How do I approach this? Jeff Bezos has not taken from Hebrews to Negroes down off of Amazon. Not only did he not take it down off of Amazon, he raised the price. I mean, you talk about capitalistic mindset. Here it is. Kyrie Irving is on the verge. And according, we talked about this. Stephen A. Smith said it may be upwards of $300 million he is gonna be losing, as it pertains to this post that he made. This link that he posted that had no words or context to it. It was just a post. Nobody speaking on Jeff Bezos not taking the documentary off of Amazon. Like, nobody talking about that. Now, like I said, so is Jeff Bezos promoting anti-Semitic rhetoric? Can we say that? Can we say that? That's wow. this world, I mean, I'm gonna just keep it real. Sometimes, man, you just look at this world that we live in, and it's just so unfair. And I'm gonna show you an example of that right now. Okay? I'm gonna show y'all an example of that right now. It don't matter how much money us as black men have, it changes nothing. It doesn't. It doesn't. It changes nothing. The only way it seems that you're protected if you have money is if you stay in your own little world and you don't step on nobody's toes. That's the only way that it seems that you are protected. Not even protected. I just want to say left alone. But I saw this, and then part of it is funny, but the other part is it angers you, especially if you a person of color. Gilly the kid, man, was boarding a plane and was approached by, I believe it was like a Texas, I don't know if he's a Texas Ranger, or I don't know what he is. But, yeah, this what happened.
So, what are you talking about?
You searched
You
your
want to
own
look
bag.
in here?
Am I searching
No,
your
you
bag?
asked me because you searched it, so I searched it for you.
You don't lie to the camera.
Man, don't lie to the camera. You walked up and picked me out.
You-
Get away from me.
You searched
You
your
picked
own
me
bag.
out, man.
You searched
You
your own
picked
bag.
me out.
Where
For
my
what?
guns at?
For what? I'm probably the richest person on this plane. Get away from me, man.
You smell like marijuana. It's illegal in
I
Texas.
smell like marijuana.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you do.
Are you
Close it.
serious?
Answer the question.
Are you serious?
Be real and don't lie.
What do you mean? Be real. You
Don't
be
lie.
real.
Don't lie.
Is you talking to, man?
Yep.
Be
I
serious.
know exactly what I'm talking about.
Smell like marijuana. To walk up on and ask
so
me, do
you-
I got illegal drugs in
Everybody smells like marijuana. What? He talking about in Texas it's illegal. Everybody smells like marijuana. You heard what he said? Gilly said, I'm probably the richest person on this plane. Gilly said, I'm probably the richest person on this plane. Y'all know what I say, man. I gotta laugh to keep from crying, yo. I gotta laugh to keep from crying. Now let me find this Now we're gonna get into this Nick Cannon thing. Now, I'm happy Nick Cannon is speaking up for Kyrie, since not one NBA player has spoken up for Kyrie. And you know, a lot of me, I can understand why. Because you'll have all your stuff taken away from you as well. Somewhat similar to how they've done him. But let me find this other story. It's two different things in regards to Nick Cannon that I wanted to oh snap, I didn't mean to do that. Nick Cannon. Boop boop. Nick Cannon, as you know, back in I believe it was 2020, he said, which is not a lie. Nick Cannon said that black people are the original Jews, which is true. But he said some other things, which I'm not gonna say. But they called him anti-Semitic. They referred to him as anti-Semitic. And not only did they refer to him as anti-Semitic, he ended up getting things taken. Viacom, which is the owner, the parent company of, well, LeBron posted about him, but LeBron spoke out against Kyrie. He wasn't for. He said Kyrie hurt a lot of people. You know, LeBron was playing the house brother that day. Okay, let's just keep it real. LeBron was playing the house brother. It was better off he just kept his mouth closed, to be honest. As I'm wearing my Lakers hoodie, it was better LeBron just kept his mouth closed. In my opinion. In my humble, for what it's worth, opinion. He definitely didn't speak up for him. That's why I said on Monday's show, I don't see Kyrie coming to the Lakers. Yeah. But we're gonna watch this video. Then I'm gonna speak on why I have somewhat of an issue with it. Not a big issue, but it just seems kind of like hypocritical. It don't seem right. This is Kyrie, Nick Cannon's take on the Kyrie situation. Do.
Irving is not anti-Semitic.
When given the chance to say, are you anti-Semitic or not, he didn't say, no, I'm not anti-Semitic. At the press conference, tell us about that movie, why he did. He said, stop dehumanizing me. And the movie is saying white Jews invented the Holocaust and 6 million Jews didn't get killed. Okay, I know that isn't right.
Right.
There's a gigantic historical record. Jewish people know when you dehumanize us this way, we know what's around the corner.
So in that same statement as those are the tropes that dehumanize Jewish people, the same buck breaking.
What's that? I don't really know what that means, to be perfectly honest.
The slave masters would bring the buck, the one that gets out of line. So all the other slaves would see lash after lash, show them the power to set an example. This is what you must do to fall in line. So when we see the 6 things that Kyrie must do to get his job back,
right,
that's dehumanizing.
So, now, let me go over here and look up this stuff I was looking up this morning. I mean, he never said that maybe Kyrie shouldn't do the things that have been outlined for him to do to get out of trouble. But look at this, y'all. Fired over anti-Semitic comments. Nick Cannon, okay? Nick Cannon fired from Viacom over anti-Semitic comments. But here, look. Here, look. Let me get this picture right so y'all can see the whole thing. Hold on. Do. A photo of. And shout out to the person that won the, whatever it's called, the Powerball. Winning ticket was sold in my hometown. Crazy. Nick Cannon apologizes for anti-Semitic comments. I feel ashamed. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Don't nobody else. Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to just wait for somebody to say something in the comments. Because we just watched the video. Why don't people stand on what they say? people really that scared of being broke. Like, I'm gonna be for real. I mean, I don't want to be broke either. But if it come with me having to always go back on things that I say and how I felt about things, it's like the money dictates my every thought and emotion. I don't want it. I'm gonna just keep it real, man. Got one life. We got one life. We got one life, man. And you let other people dictate. Look, read the headline. Didn't he just say something about slaves being bucked or whatever the phrase he used, right? I feel ashamed. Let me see what the chat's saying. I would like you guys to read the forward article by Robin Washington. It's a great article on Kyrie. The forward is an independent Jewish paper. I don't understand how you. Nick Cannon has issued an apology following criticism over anti-Semitic comments he made during a recent episode of his podcast. First and foremost, I extend my deepest and most sincere apologies. Now, you remember when we talked about Kyrie, right? And I said, man, what else they want Kyrie to do? What else do y'all want Kyrie to do? He's stated numerous times, I am not anti-Semitic. I believe in all walks of life. This, that, and the third. He said all the right stuff. Right? But what did I tell you they wanted? If y'all go back and watch, I even highlighted it. They wanted him to say, I am deeply sorry. Look at how this starts. My deepest, let me highlight. If you don't put this word deep, if you don't put that in there, this word, if you don't put that word deep, that's a root word, you know. You got some people say, look, I'm upset about this. The more I think about it, to be honest. I am really. He said his statements reinforce the worst stereotypes of a proud and magnificent people, and I feel ashamed of the uninformed and naive place that these words came from. He got to keep his job on The Masked Singer after the apology. He got to keep that job, right? Let me see. And then he prays to the public opinion, or the people that be want to claim who is the biggest anti-Semite, which is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which he's not. He just speaks truths. But him praising him and combined with his comments got him fired from his job, which we know he got back, right? Ain't that some... That's hogwash, right? Why would you come out and say the NBA is dehumanized? Let's go back. This ain't right, yo. The Nets' demands are dehumanizing. Viacom made him do the same thing. Yes. He had to do sensitivity training. I remember this like it was yesterday, because I was mad then. Like, why say something that you obviously read up on and that you feel strongly about? I'm just saying, y'all. Like us as people of color, we can't never stand behind something when it's flip floppy and wishy washy. Like it just ain't can't never happen. You want to speak out on Kyrie, which is admirable because, like I said, nobody else has done it. However, you went public and said, "I'm ashamed of what I said." Right? He did the same thing. Originally, he stood by his statement. Originally, he stood by his statement wholeheartedly. Oh yeah, I believe in what I said, and it's the truth. If you do the research and blah blah. Once they start snatching them endorsements, once they start snatching them jobs, he did this. I feel ashamed. Boy, be quiet. Ooh, I gotta laugh to keep from crying, y'all. Oh my goodness. That man, I be at a loss for words. Y'all know I love to talk, but some of this stuff I just be at a loss for words for. I mean, I don't respect it at all. And it's like the more I look at it, the more I read. It's like I said this before Nick Cannon. If y'all watch my show on a regular basis, didn't I bring up Nick Cannon's name? All last week, when this was a story, I guess it still is a story, I must have said Nick Cannon's name about 5 times. Remember I said it was 3 people they did that to. Kanye, Nick Cannon, and now Kyrie. Right? That I can think of just like right offhand. I said, man, they did Nick Cannon the same way, y'all. Nick Cannon opened his mouth and the powers that be start snatching his shows and this, that, and the third. And he had to come out and apologize. See, Kanye went too far. Kanye tried to come and backpedal on a little bit of his statements, and he issued some apologies. Mostly, most notably, people remember Boosie saying, "Oh, he didn't apologize to the black community," which he later then did. I feel some type of way about this. You know what I mean? I really do feel some type of way because, again, these are the people in the forefront of the media. These are people that have made it to plateaus that most people of color don't. And you have an opportunity to make a statement, and you make that statement like you somebody, and then they did to Nick what he was just talking about. They did to Nick what he was just talking about. Right? They took Nick out in the back. I don't get it. I mean, I'm going to just be real with y'all. I, it is really, it is really disheartening. Now, mind you, I do have this stance as well. Is if you are employed by someone, I forgot who it was. I'm still in they little phrase, but you do have to have some type of rules of etiquette and decorum. That part is true. That part is very true. However, if you gonna have the cojones, the balls to say something along them lines, and um and again, um Kanye, a lot of what he said may have been true, but it was the things, like I said, if he wouldn't have brought the whole George Floyd thing into it, I think it would have turned out a lot different. I think he would have had more support from the African American community, to say the least. But when you come out and say these things, like you know what you talking about, cause I'll play the Nick Cannon. No, I won't. I'm lying. I'll be canceled next. But yeah, like you say these things, like you know what you talking about. Stand on it. Stand on it. Like real talk. Stand on it. Because when you do this, like there's a history. Like there's history out there we could search and find out exactly, wait a minute, Nick Cannon, weren't you dehumanized? Did you say that to Viacom? Did he say that to Viacom when they what he called it, bucked him? Okay. Did he say that? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. This what he said. This what he said. I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. So how many lashes did he get? I stood by Nick Cannon at the time when he made those remarks, because the part that, and I'm in no way endorsing no movie. I can't even remember the name of it, but I have an issue with Jeff Bezos raising the price because everybody wants to know what truths and lies are told within that documentary. Hebrews to Negroes, right? Everybody know that black Hebrew Israelites are, I don't even want to say controversial. They're very aggressive in their beliefs. It's true. I grew up in Pasadena, Altadena, California, right? 626. Shout out to Pasadena, Altadena. In Old Town Pasadena, which is where people like J Lo and Kevin Costner and stars like that own little restaurants, right? It's a little, trendy, yuppie little area of the town. I remember it was a group of black Hebrew Israelites. They stood out there saying a lot of this stuff that we were hearing from Kanye, and they've been saying a lot of that stuff, and they were very aggressive because, again, Old Town Pasadena, you have predominantly a white audience. You know what I mean? Most of the black folks down there in Old Town was always teenagers. You know what I mean? It may have changed now, but years ago in the 90s, early 2000s, you would see different people stop at their little, setup they had out there on the sidewalk to engage in debate. And man, there used to be some good stuff going on. But the black Hebrew Israelites were very aggressive. They wasn't out there to be punked, talked too crazy, diminished, demeaned. You know what I mean? Nah, they was very. And so when I hear Nick Cannon, Kyrie Irving, um, and Kanye speak on these things, they come off real aggressive at first, right? Until they get served some of that humble pie, then it's I feel ashamed. Nick, go sit your ass down somewhere. No, like for real. Cause you just want to interject yourself in this story because you done made up with all your little friends, right? And now you trying to tippy toe around. You kind of want to still say the same thing, Nick. You kind of want to still say the same thing, but you putting your words together real smooth, right? That's clown. That's clown shit to me. I apologize for the language, but it is. It is. It's upsetting because who? Look at Kesey says, "Shut up and dribble, nigga." uh, he said that's why he can say it. They did him the same way, but he did it. What I'm saying, Keys, Marquise, this is what I'm saying, Kesey. Look, I don't speak up on it when you didn't speak up on it for yourself. You feel me? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I said it. They did him the same way, so he does have that experience. But you bowed it down. Don't come out now talking about, oh, it's dehumanizing and this, that. You didn't say that when they made you get up there and say, I feel, let me highlight this for y'all. I feel ashamed. Let me scroll down. First and foremost, I extend my deepest and most sincere apology. Like, if you was going to take that road, don't speak up on the next man talking about what he got to do is dehumanize. You did the same thing, brother. And I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just feel like you didn't speak up for yourself. Like you didn't fight for yourself. So don't come out and say nothing like this. Now, I don't mind him defending Kyrie. Because like I said earlier, I don't believe, to me it's hurtful in some ways that he doesn't have more people speaking out. Just simply on his freedom of speech. Like, it's more one of these things, y'all. Does the crime fit the punishment? Does the punishment fit the crime? Right? He made a post. A link. A link cost him $300 million. Now, if Kyrie comes out and does the 6 steps outlined, I think it was, he's got to denounce, outrightly denounce anti-Semitism. He's got to pay another $500,000 to the Anti-Defamation League. He's got to meet up with the he got to do a lot of stuff. Hold on, let me see. He got to do a lot of stuff. He got to do like 6 different things. He got to meet with the owner. He met with Adam Silver, I believe, yesterday. And they said that meeting went well. Yeah, so. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. I mean, everybody at this point realizes that we don't have freedom of speech. But in the same token, I do stand by the fact that I say, well, he's got an employer. he's got an employer, you gotta abide by certain. I mean, you're getting paid $30 million a year, $450,000 a game. You know what I mean? You only got, I don't know, how many years y'all think Kyrie got left in the league? 5, maybe. I don't even think he's gonna play 5 more years anyway. Yeah, he's 32 years old now. You coming to the end of your career. You know, if you gonna buck the system and want to worry about, like, I would have got the money first. Then you could have posted whatever. You can't. They can't. Ban you from the NBA afterwards, right? They'll find a way to still take your money though, because that's what they do. But yeah, I really don't know where to go with this. I just, like I said, I take a little bit of issue with the fact that Nick Cannon want to speak out now when he didn't speak up for himself. He didn't speak up for himself. But now you want to speak up in defense of Kyrie. Sit down, man. Sit down. In other news, I hope Odell Beckham Jr. comes to my Cowboys. Okay. I saw some rumors. This is in sports segment. Okay. The Lakers. I'm gonna do a recorded video on how the Lakers, they might ruin their franchise for the near future. When they traded Brandon Ingram, who else did they trade with him? Alonzo Ball, or is it just Lonzo? Lonzo Ball. I don't know. We traded like 3 players. I think Hart. Did we trade Hart away too? We traded away a lot of young players, man, in order to get Anthony Davis, a man that can barely play 50 games a year. LeBron still haven't come up with a go-to move yet. They always talk about how great LeBron is, but you know the greats, they always, as they got older, they got craftier, right? He's a physical specimen, and he has a high basketball IQ. But LeBron haven't really developed his game, to me, over the years. He just hasn't. Trade them all. If he gon' look, he'll never. I don't care what stats you have. It's only gonna be one Michael Jordan, one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I still believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player in the history of the NBA. Just for the simple fact, when they have to change rules to slow you down, and you dominated in an era where college basketball was big, and all the really great players went to college and not straight to the NBA. Yeah, Kareem by far is the greatest player of all times. Cares if LeBron passes him. Yeah. But anyway, that's on some other stuff. Y'all know the slogan before I get out. My hour's almost up. If nobody told you they love you, you have meaning, worth, value. And you can do anything you put your heart and mind to. I love you, and I believe in all those things I just stated that you can do. And like I said earlier, don't be scared to try something new. And, don't be scared to fail. Sometimes your failures lead to your greatest successes, man. All right? So y'all know how it go. One love, a no motherfucking love. I had to put some emphasis on that for